Most people don't miss out on buying a home because they don't make enough money. They miss out because they don't realize how many things can change their affordability. So if you ever said, I make decent money, but I still can't afford a house, I want you to stay with me. Because once you understand how affordability actually works, you'll realize you probably have more options than you think. In the last video, I broke down the mortgage math, the math that most buyers get wrong, what a payment is, what it's really made of, and how banks look at your numbers. In this video, I want to take it a step further. I want to show you why affordability is flexible and not fixed. How real people make this work without earning more money, and why waiting for perfect conditions keeps a lot of good buyers stuck. This isn't about convincing you it's a great time to buy or you need to buy now. It's about helping you see the full picture. This is something most buyers think. Affordability is a yes or no. It's a question. Either I can afford it or I can't. Either I qualify or I don't. This isn't it. And this is what I'm going to reframe for you. So stick with me as we dive in this together. Affordability is a range. There's a payment that's too high, a payment that feels tight, a payment that feels comfortable, and where you land in that range depends on several moving parts. That's why two people who make the same income can have very different results. Not because one is smarter than the other one or that they're just better than each other. No, but because their numbers are structured differently. This is one of the biggest aha moments for most buyers. Let's say you make $10,000 a month. A comfortable housing payment for you is probably around $3,500. But you also have a $300 credit card payment, a $250 personal loan, $200 store credit card. That's a $750 a month of debt. Now, here's the kicker, or the key thing most people don't realize. That $750 doesn't just affect your credit score, it directly limits how much of a house you can buy, how much of a housing payment you're allowed to carry based off of the numbers. If even one of those go away, your affordability on your housing payment can jump by hundreds of dollars. Not because you got a raise, not because you have more money, but because most of your money or some of your money is no longer tied up. That's why the smartest move isn't always saving more money. It's to clean up one small thing. Another trap buyers fall into is fixating on one number. This is my number, Malcolm. This is my budget. This is the perfect price I want. I won't look under or over this number. But here's the truth. A $25,000 or $50,000 shift in price can change your monthly payment more than most people expect, especially if you factor in property taxes, PMI, and insurance. Sometimes the difference between this doesn't work and this actually feels okay isn't a new job or a better rate. It's just adjusting the price range slightly or being open to a different block, a different town, a different property type. That's not settling. That's using the system intelligently. A lot of people think if I don't have 20% down, I shouldn't even look at a house. That mindset alone keeps people renting for years and years, longer than they need to. Yes, more money down can help, but down payment isn't a pass or fail. Even a small increase can matter. An extra can lower the loan amount on the PMI or the payment, the monthly payment, just enough to fit in that perfect zone that you feel comfortable with. See, you don't need perfect, you need positioning. This part is important, so I'm going to slow down to add emphasis to make sure you catch everything I'm about to say. Rates matter, but payment matters more. You don't wake up every month and pay the interest rate. You pay a dollar amount. That number, or that's the number that affects your budget, your stress, and most importantly, your quality of life. You can always refinance the rate later, but you can't renegotiate the price you paid for the house because you already bought it. So smart buyers don't ask, what's the rate? Or what's the perfect rate I should wait for, Malcolm? No, they ask, what payment works for my life right now? That one question changes everything. Every buyer I've helped who's happy today didn't wait for perfect timing. They waited for a payment that they could handle, a price that made sense, a plan that fit their life. They adjusted later. People who wait for perfect rates, perfect prices, perfect certainty, the perfect house, usually just keep renting while the market moves on without them. This isn't about rushing. It's about not letting the fear make the decision for you. If you've been telling yourself, I just can't afford anything, what most likely is happening is you haven't seen your full range. Nobody's shown the levers that you need to do or the levers they should pull for you. And you've been guessing your payment, guessing what comes next, instead of actually planning. Affordability isn't magic. It's math plus strategy plus timing. And once you understand that, home ownership stops feeling impossible and starts feeling manageable. If this video made you realize that you might have more room than you thought, the next step is learning how buyers afford homes without making more money. That's exactly what I'm going to break down in the next video. No hype, just real strategy. You're not behind, you're not irresponsible, you were just never shown how the system actually works. And once you've seen it, everything changes.